South Africa versus the rain for the large bout on Tuesday, and it is South Africa who emerged victorious as we have a result in Colombo after 10 days, one that means Pakistan are officially knocked out of the semi-finals race and South Africa confirmed a top 3 spot at the very least. When you've got your knockout spot confirmed and are playing your last few games, there are boxes you want to check, one of which can be your big guns finding their best form. And this game saw Marizanne have her best outing by far. Quite the perfect all-round game for the ace all-rounder. Started off with her cameo at the end of the inning, 68 not out of 43, which played a big part in South Africa getting to that huge total, where the efforts of Cap and Nadine de Klerk at the back end saw South Africa pile on 72 runs in the last 5 overs to finish 312. And then with the ball, she took the new ball and in her first 5 overs, she pretty much derailed the Pakistan chase. That's before we stopped for that lengthy rain break, which saw the game curtailed to 20 overs eventually. In the time before that, Cap had taken 3 for 20 and Pakistan was 35 for 4, and the contest was as good as over. The foundation work for South Africa's total had been done through the half-centuries of Laura Wolfert and Sune Lees, and Wolfert had her third 50 in the last 4 outings, but this was the most fluent of the lot. She had a bit of a grind in the chase against India. It was far too easy in the truncated chase against Sri Lanka, but this time around, this looked like the best we've seen of Laura Wolfert so far at this World Cup. 9 of her 10 fours came through the offside. She also struck her first 2 sixes ever at the ODI World Cup, and at 90 of 82, also saw her become the first South African to cross 1,000 runs at the Women's ODI World Cup. But while Wolfert has 3 50s in the last 4 games, her opening partner now has 3 ducks in the last 4. Tasmin Brits has been boom or bust this World Cup. Remember, she hit 100 in South Africa's first win against New Zealand. She also had an unbeaten half-century in that chase against Sri Lanka in Colombo last week. But in the 4 innings outside of that, she has a total of 5 runs, including those 3 ducks. So Tasmin Brits is a player South Africa will be keen to have a good outing in their last game. It's just that last game is against Australia in Indore on Saturday. So Tasmin Brits will want some runs going into the knockouts. Will Pakistan finish without a win for the 3rd time in the last 4 Women's ODI World Cups? It is quite a possibility. Their batters had yet another disappointing outing, this time through a stop-start chase which was only 20 overs long. Their bowlers, who've been holding their own even in the losses before this, had perhaps their most uninspiring shift of the World Cup so far. The spinners took quite a while to gauge that slower the pace, better the returns. By the time they did slow it down and find some turn, it was already too late and South Africa had too much on the board. And if they are to find a victory, Pakistan will have to beat Sri Lanka and also beat the weather gods, because it will be in Colombo on Friday. Can Pakistan end the tournament with a win?